Hey guys, my 2021 Pan America Special has just clicked over 35,000 kilometers or around 22,000 miles. So in this video I'm just going to do a long-term review on the bike, so let's get into it. Okay, so I've owned my Pan Am now for nearly 2 years, and when I bought the bike it had done 19,000 kilometers. Mechanical issues so far for me, zero. I haven't actually had any mechanical issues, which may surprise a lot of Pan Am owners. But in saying that, possibly there were issues with the bike before I got it. I don't know that. It's well and truly over the warranty period now, so if there were issues with it with the previous owner, maybe they were fixed under the warranty for the bike. So let's get into the bike maintenance. I did have a service done at 24,000 kilometers, and in that service I got the fluids replaced and the spark plugs replaced. So this time around I've just done it myself. I've done the oil filter and the chain and sprockets. I also did the air filter. Now, I always had in my mind that the tank was an absolute mission to remove to get to the airbox. So it's actually not too bad at all. I've taken it off a couple of times and it's a lot less work than what I was expecting. I got a wee bit of a surprise when I had a look at my air cleaner. I'll just put a photo up of the air cleaner that I found that the previous owner had installed in the bike. Now, if you follow me on my channel, I have done a few reviews on some accessories that I've fitted to the bike, so I'm not going to get into too much detail on this video. A fairly recent upgrade I did was the multimedia player for my GPS and phone and music, which I've done a video about this. I've also done a video on my bar risers, tank bag, my levers. I did a review on those from Amazon. So you can always check out my channel and go through my reviews. There's quite a bit of information I've done on the Pan Am since owning the bike. Okay guys, so my thoughts on owning and riding a Pan Am. I'm still super impressed with the bike. Plenty of power, heaps of fun to ride. Goes well on the gravel roads. She's a bit heavy for some of that single track riding. So it's actually not a bad morning, so I'm going to head out on some gravel roads and do a bit of riding on the bike, so stay tuned. Now, since owning the bike, I've joined a couple of Pan Am Facebook groups, as you do. So one of the big issues I see a lot of guys posting about their bikes is the battery issue. So the earlier models like mine's a 21, they had a smaller battery and they just wouldn't hold their charge, and they're having all sorts of problems with them. Now, I've never had any issues with my battery. All of my bikes that I've owned over a sort of 10-year period, I've always had them on a battery tender in the garage when I'm not riding them. I mean, this battery that I've got on the Pan Am now is the original battery. What are we now, 2025, and it's a 2021, so you know, it's still fine, which may surprise a lot of guys out there. But like I said, I always have it on a tender when I'm not riding it. Now, if I do go away on a camping trip and I'm staying overnight and a bit worried about the battery going flat in the cold weather, then I've kind of got myself a jump starter, and I've just wired that connection up to the battery terminal. Plug hangs out the side of the bike. I can plug the jumper starter straight in and start it if the worst happens, for peace of mind. So there's that option too if you're worried about the battery going flat on you. Battery tender plugged into the bike. Had the battery tender for about 10 years, still going strong. Plug for the jump starter wired directly into the battery. Jump starter plugged into the bike in case you're in the middle of nowhere and your battery's flat. You can jump start it, no worries. And if you want to save yourself a bit of money, just learn how to do a lot of work yourself on the bike. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there explaining how to do stuff. I posted a video on the chain and sprocket replacement, and I got those from a online site from Germany, of all places. And I mean, the sprockets are actually German made, and there's nothing wrong with them, and they're more than 50% off the retail of the dealership. So you can certainly save yourself a bit of money if you shop around. Now, I did talk about removing the tank earlier, and it's not as bad as what I was initially thinking it was going to be, but I'm going to put a link in the description. A guy in the US, Larry Yeager from Yeager Cycles, does a really clear and detailed video on the removal and install of the Pan Am fuel tank. First time I did it probably took me about 45 minutes, and that was also watching the video at the same time how to do it. And then the second time, you know, maybe 15 minutes. So to do it once or twice and you'll be away. I mean, you obviously have to remove that tank to get to the airbox, also to get to the spark plugs, and it's just good to know if you can do it yourself. You're going to save a bit of money and not have to take it into the dealership. Oil change is fairly straightforward. Nothing too complicated about that. If you've done oil changes on other bikes, you'll be okay. And as for the chain and sprockets, they were fairly straightforward as well. If you go back through, you can watch my video on how to do that. Rightio guys, well that was my 35,000 kilometre update on my Pan American motorcycle. There's obviously a lot of other videos out there where the bikes have done a lot more than this, that's for sure. I just wanted to do a bit of a positive video on this one. There are a lot of negative videos out there on all the issues the guys are having with these motorcycles. Fortunately, I'm not one of them. Mine's been all good. If you do have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer them. And if you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers guys!